guys, we need to talk. We need to talk about that credit card that you've been using way more than you thought you would during lockdown. Hey guys, today we're talking about credit cards. Either you love them or you hate them. Some people think that it is a financial death trap, while others think, why use cash when you can use credit? One of you awesome followers reached out to me to ask my opinion on the premise that you should use only credit cards. Credit cards aren't bad. I don't think they are, and there are actually great benefits to using credit cards. But, 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 you have to use it safely. There are three main benefits of using a credit card. There are perks, points, and protection. Let's look at perks. Some credit cards offer you things like cash back or frequent flyer miles, which is awesome. But we have to take into consideration how those perks really work. Like, how much do you actually have to spend to get that cash back? And when you get the cash back, does it even put a dent in the credit card fees that you have to pay? Those frequent flyer miles, are you actually flying? So we have to look at how these perks match our lifestyle. Second, points. Using a credit score model is becoming increasingly popular in the Caribbean. So developing a track record using your credit card, developing a track record for repaying debts is good if you intend to access credit or a loan at any future time. Finally, you have protection. Several credit cards offer you fraud and warranty protection, and they also give you warnings if you know suspicious activity is happening on your card. On another note, we do a lot of online shopping these days, and if your card becomes compromised, if it is a credit card, then it would have been the bank's money that the fraudster has used, and that card can be cancelled or replaced in the event that that happens. On the other hand, if it is a debit card that a fraudster gets access to, then it's your money that is being used. And while the bank is doing their investigations, you will be greatly inconvenienced. This happened to me before, and a portion of my account was frozen for about 3 weeks as the bank did their investigations. So, using a credit card online and maybe in some places that you kind of think is a bit sketch, in those situations, a credit card can offer you some protection. And also, in emergency situations, you are able to access emergency services using your credit card where you wouldn't have large sums of cash on you. So, if credit cards are so great, what's the red flag? The red flag is that you have to use your credit card safely. What do I mean? Using your credit card can lead you to a ballooning debt situation. How? If you don't repay all that you have spent on your credit card, then you are going to be due to pay interest, and interest rates on credit cards are high, right? Also, credit card interest compounds monthly and not annually. So if you didn't pay off your credit card this month and you're charged interest, that interest becomes a part of the principal in the next cycle, and you are charged interest on both the principal and the interest from last month. So because of that kind of monthly compounding of interest, your credit card debt can quickly balloon out of control. So how do we combat that? You have to repay all that you have spent on your credit card within the credit card cycle or within the due date. So if you pay only a part of your credit card balance, you will be charged interest, and usually the interest is charged on the highest balance during the month, not on what is left. Secondly, you need to treat your credit card as if you are spending cash. So if you treat your credit card as if you're spending cash, that means that you won't spend more than you have. Having credit cards can entice us to get things that we want now rather than saving and working towards them in the future. But if you spend more on your credit card than what you actually have, that means you won't be able to clear the debt at the time that it needs to be cleared, and that's when your interest starts accumulating. So you need to exercise discipline and resist the urge for impulse shopping to ensure that your credit card debt doesn't exceed your ability to repay it. And then the biggest trap of using your credit card is when you get cash strapped because all your disposable income is tied up in your credit card. So in this situation is that you are spending more and more on your credit card. Your credit card balance is growing. That means that a larger amount of your disposable income is going to have to be used to repay your credit card, to reduce your interest amount and to reduce your late fees. So if a larger proportion of your income is going to your credit card each time, that's going to leave you with less and less cash. And in the event that you need cash for a certain situation, say you have a flat tire, you need cash because the mechanic doesn't take a credit card, they take cash. What are you going to do? Dog nam your supper. So avoid a situation where your credit card has all your cash tied up into it and you are left with no cash to spend. That is a dangerous situation. As much as we are moving towards digital spending, cash is still king and we need to have cash available at all times. And the other thing you want to avoid is using all of your cash on your credit card and neglecting to put funds towards your savings and investments and foregoing your financial goals. You don't want to do that just for the next impulse buy. So, all in all, credit cards do provide great convenient ways of spending. They provide perks and they can provide protection. But all of that comes with great responsibility. So you have to exercise great discipline in using your credit card. Otherwise, stick to cash. Stick to cash until you can get it right.